Hello student. So after completion of the study of the heart, we should have to start the major blood vessels which are present in the body. So let's start from the aorta. So as you know, aorta have the ascending part, the arch of aorta, the descending thoracic aorta and the abdominal aorta. And these aorta, it should be gives the several branches which is supplied to the different part of the body. So let's start from the first part of the aorta, that is the ascending aorta. So here in this diagram you can see that is the aorta. So aorta, it is a great arterial trunk which receives the oxygenated blood from the left ventricle, and it distributes this oxygenated blood to the all parts of body. So these aorta, it should be divided into the ascending aorta, then the arch of aorta, then the descending or descending thoracic aorta, and as it is enters into the abdomen, which passing through the diaphragm, so it is named all the abdominal aorta. So here you can see that is the ascending aorta, then this is the arch of aorta, this one, then the descending thoracic aorta, this one, and as it is enters into the abdominal cavity, so called the abdominal aorta. So let's start, that is the ascending part of the aorta. So the origin of the ascending part of the aorta, it is originate from the upper end of the left ventricle, and it is about the length of this aorta, ascending aorta, that is near about 5 centimeter, and this part is totally enclosed into that the pericardium. Then course, or it begins behind the left half of the sternum at the level of the lower border of the third costal cartilage. Then it runs upwards, forwards and to the right, and becomes it continuous with the arch of aorta. The sternal end of the upper border of second right costal cartilage. Then at the root of the aorta, here at the root of that is the ascending aorta, it shows the 3 dilatation. So for this we should have to see this diagram. So here in this diagram you can see that is the 3 dilatations. This dilatation part, it is called the aortic sinuses, and these sinuses are, this is the anterior aortic sinus, this is the left posterior sinus, this one, and this is the right posterior sinus. Then we should have to see that is the branches of the ascending aorta. So it gives mostly the 2 branches, that is first it is the right coronary artery which is supplied to the heart, and it is originate from the anterior aortic sinus. So here that is the anterior aortic sinus, and this is the right coronary artery that should be originate. And second branch, or the second branch of this ascending aorta, that is the left coronary artery. So here you can see, which is arises from the left posterior aortic sinus. So this one, left posterior aortic sinus. So these 2 arteries, they are originate from the ascending aorta. Then after then we should have to see that is the arch of aorta. So here this one, arch of aorta. So the arch of aorta, it is the continuation of the ascending aorta. You know that is the where that is the ascending aorta is end. So it starts the arch of aorta, and it is located into the superior mediastinum behind the lower half of the manubrium sterni. Here you can see that is the manubrium sterni, this one, and it should be located, that is the lower half of the manubrium sterni. This is the arch of aorta. Then the course of the arch of aorta, so it begins behind the upper border of second right sternochondral junction, or the sternochondral joints. Here this one, then it goes upwards, backwards and to the left across the left side of the bifurcation of the trachea. ठीक है. So here that the trachea it should be bifurcated at this level, that this arch of aorta it should be goes, and then it goes or it passes downwards behind the left bronchus. ठीक है. And then to the left side of the body of fourth thoracic vertebra or the T4 vertebra. So here you can see that is at the level of the T4 vertebra, and thus arches over the root of the lung. Okay, then it ends at the lower border of the T4 vertebra. So here that is the lower border of the T4 vertebra by becoming the continuation of descending thoracic aorta, this one. Then during its course it gives the several branches. So you know it gives majorly the three major branches, that is here in this diagram you can see that is the arch of aorta it gives, that is the three major branches. So this is the here the left subclavian artery, this one here you can see this one. Second one that is the left common carotid artery, this one, and the third that is the brachiocephalic trunk or brachiocephalic artery, which is again divided into right common carotid artery and the right subclavian artery. So in this way it gives the three major branches. So that is the arch of aorta. After then we should have to see that is the descending thoracic aorta, this one. So let's see the descending thoracic aorta. So here you can see this is the descending thoracic aorta. So you know it is the continuation of the arch of aorta, this one, and it lies into the posterior mediastinum. Then see the course of the descending thoracic aorta. So it begins the left side of the lower border of the T4 vertebra. So here you can see that it starts from the lower border of the T4 vertebra. Then it descends with the inclination to the right and terminates at the lower border of here the 12th thoracic vertebra. So here you can see that is the lower border of the 12th thoracic vertebra. Okay? So during its course it gives the several branches. So for this we should have to see the another diagram, that is the branches of the descending thoracic aorta. So here in this diagram you can see that is the different several branches. So the branches of descending thoracic aorta, that is the 9 posterior intercostal arteries on each side for the 3rd to 11th intercostal space. So here you can see that is from 3rd to 11th intercostal arteries, that is called the posterior intercostal arteries. They are present on both sides of the descending thoracic aorta. So here you can see 3rd to 11th, that is the 9th posterior intercostal arteries. Then this next artery, that is the subcostal artery. So subcostal artery here you can see on both sides in the lower part of the descending thoracic aorta, this one. Then next to it, that is the 2 bronchial arteries. So here you can see that is the 2 bronchial arteries, this one. Then next to it the oesophageal branches. So here this one, that is the oesophageal branches. Then the pericardial branches. So pericardial branches. Then second one, that is the mediastinal branches. So this one here you can see that is the mediastinal branches. The pericardial branches are present to the posterior surface of the pericardium. Okay? Then the superior phrenic arteries. So here you can see that is the superior phrenic arteries, which is supplied to the upper part of the diaphragm, superior surface of the diaphragm. Okay? So these are the branches which is given by the descending thoracic aorta. After then we should have to see that is the abdominal part of the aorta. So here in this diagram you can see that is the abdominal aorta. So it begins at the level of the T12 vertebra. Here you can see that is the T12 vertebra, and it is enters into the abdominal cavity, piercing the diaphragm at the level of T12 vertebra by the opening of the aortic opening of the diaphragm. Then it enters into the abdominal cavity, and till at the level of L4 vertebra it should be divided into that the two branches, that is the common iliac artery, the right common iliac artery and the left common iliac artery. The length of abdominal aorta, it is 10 to 11 centimeter, and width is near about the 2 centimeter. ठीक है. So during its course it gives the several branches, that is it gives the three sets of the branches. One is the three unpaired branches, so this one, here one, this one and this one. Second, that is the three paired lateral branches, so this one major and this one major, and the paired posterolateral branches. So these are the three sets of branches gives the abdominal aorta. So first we should have to see that is the three unpaired branches. So here you can see the first branch, this one, that is the colic trunk. Okay, so it is short wide vessel near about 1.25 centimeter, and it is arises the in front of the abdominal aorta immediately below to the aortic opening, that is at the level of T12 and L1 vertebra. Okay, and then suddenly it divides into the three branches, that is the left gastric artery, the common hepatic artery and the splenic artery. So left gastric artery it supplies to the stomach, the splenic artery it supplies to the pancreas and the spleen, and the hepatic artery it is supply to the liver, gallbladder and the part of the stomach, duodenum and the pancreas. So that is the colic trunk. Then the second artery, this is the superior mesenteric artery, that is also the unpaired artery, and it is supply to the duodenum, jejunum, ileum, the cecum, ascending colon and maximum part of the transverse colon. So that is supplied by the superior mesenteric artery. And the third unpaired artery, that is the inferior mesenteric artery, this one. So it supply the remaining part of the transverse colon, descending colon, sigmoid colon and the part of the rectum and the anal canal. So these are three unpaired branches. Then the three are the paired branches. So for this we should have to see the another diagram. In this diagram you can see. So first, this one here you can see the here that is the pair arteries of the abdominal aorta. First artery, that is the inferior phrenic artery, that is supply to the inferior surface of the diaphragm. Then the second artery, major artery, that is the right and left renal artery, which is supply to the kidneys. And the third one, the pair artery, it is the gonadal artery. In the male it forming that the testicular artery, and in the female it should be forming the ovarian artery. So these are the three main paired arteries. Apart from this, it should be forming that the another pair artery, that is the middle suprarenal artery. So here you can see the middle suprarenal artery. Then posterolateral side, again it should be forming the artery, that is the right and left lumbar artery, this one. Then from the posterior surface of the abdominal aorta, it should be forming the single artery, that is the median sacral artery. So this one here you can see. So these are the branches which is supply to the different part of the bodies. And then at the level of the L4 vertebra, this abdominal aorta is divided into that the two major arteries, that is the right and left common iliac arteries. So that is the abdominal part of the aorta.